Yeah.
Details if they're.
And it says we're live.
Yeah, lies. Ooh,
Oh, no. RK, so sorry to hear that.
what?
Her
Oh.
hubby's got prostate cancer. Frack.
Oh, no.
Eminently curable.
Yeah.
Caught soon enough, imminently curable.
Yep. Yep. My father-in-law did not catch it soon enough, and he's stage 4.
Mm.
No.
So, yeah.
These days, the tests are pretty darn sensitive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
definitely
that's
prayers.
it.
Well, back to the start. The AC cost here is friggin' ridiculous
Well,
because,
it's 100 and something degrees for 3 weeks straight.
yeah. So Jonna is asking for anybody that wants to contribute. So in my second post, I put up a link to the blanket fort if you would like to donate. I threw in $20.
And it's much appreciated because the boys and all their hot air. So
Yeah.
And
So-
I'll get that and put that on my blog too, so people can find it.
And yes, the posters are for sale. They are original movie posters. They are not reprints, and they are courtesy of Scott up at Tallcon.
So,
So-
the money doesn't come to us; it goes to Scott.
yes, but he just had to move. So
Yeah,
he's off taking care of his parents. So
yeah. So
why they're here. So
the Beast one will be 90. The Dune one is 120, and the Crawl is 250 because it's one of 7 Italian movie posters, lobby posters. So there are only 7 of those in existence.
And he's got all 7 of them.
And if you have any questions, you can contact Jonna.
yes.
In other news, Moggy's in space. Rita is going to helm that one. That one's off my plate. So if you have a Kitty Cats in Space short story, contact Rita.
I mean, it's still the same gang.
It's still the same gang,
We
but
don't get to stand out there and look pretty.
this time, yeah, Rita's gonna have a hell of a lot easier time standing up front looking prettier than I do.
Your time what?
Nothing there.
We always play that back. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. And we are outnumbered again. And
Cedar is sketching off to the side here,
Yeah.
so
so stray comments. Yes, cats in space. No, not
Moggies.
cowboy cats.
Moggy's in space.
And it looks like Griner got a lesson learned today in Russian jail.
Booyah.
9.5 years. Moggy is British for
Cat. It's cat.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know that?
Not everybody are road travelers like we are.
Or who grew up reading lots and lots of British literature.
Yeah, this is true.
Folks are weird.
Maltese cats in space wearing cowboy hats. Sarah, really? Jeez. Anyway, Griner got 9.5 years today.
And a 1 million ruble fine, which is 38 cents.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. And the whining has already begun about, well, the race card didn't work, the LGBT card didn't work, and what about her rights? Well,
It's
folks,
Russia.
It's Russia. You don't have rights.
And I hate to say this. Well, actually, I don't. It's a fact of life that the whole LGBTQ plus EIEIO probably hurt her more than it helped in Russia.
Yes, because that is not exactly a accepted
No.
activity over there.
Remembering the Russian Constitution quite clearly states, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the enjoyment of any rights shall not be to the detriment of the state or society as a whole.
Yep,
That's in their Constitution. Your rights are limited per their Constitution.
yep, yeah, Raptor, you're right. And Russian rights violate you.
No kidding. Again, it's clearly, I think Section 26 of the Constitution, the enjoyment of any right by a person shall not be to the detriment of the state or society as a whole. If that doesn't scare the crap out of you, I don't know what does. Also, I would like to know who the hell the Biden administration is going to trade for the folks currently in American prisons for the same charge.
Good luck with that.
And who do we trade them to?
Well, I can think of a few countries we could give them to.
That's the point.
In other news, in good news for a change, the Senate did pass the PACT Act. So if you are retired military, you were in the desert, you were in Vietnam, got Agent Orange exposure anywhere, that has been now opened up for new disability filings. So if you are a veteran and you were a Vietnam vet, current Desert Storm, Desert Shield vet, desert whatever, I can't keep them all straight. GWAT veteran, go check it out because you may actually finally be able to get a filing. It also applies to non-retired veterans.
Does that
So,
apply to people whose feelings were hurt by January 6th?
nope. You don't get that one. So it does, it does help a lot of us old farts. Never mind, David. We're just going to let that one slide by. But yeah, we're not sure what's in those barrels. Yeah. It also includes exposure to burn pits, Sarah.
Yep.
Good point.
I was just gonna say, do you have to burn it to find out what's in it?
Yeah,
Apparently
Well-
we did.
we did enough of that.
Yes.
There is nothing worse than the smell of shit being burned with jet fuel.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
across a few worse things.
Well, but I'm saying on a daily basis.
Oh, okay.
Some of these remote bases that you ended up at. Yeah. Yeah, DW. But be very, make sure you've got the word spread. He finally did something right. Broken clocks being what they are, they're right twice a day.
I don't know about doing something right. I haven't broken down the what else is in the bill. I'll
No,
guarantee
No,
you.
that's all this was.
Was it?
Yeah.
They didn't add
They
anything.
tried to add
Nope.
stuff to it, and then there was such a pushback on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the Congress finally did something right.
Yeah, MOA, the NCO Association, the American Legion, the DFW, the Fleet Reserve, the U.S. Army, every military group jumped all over this one.
Good.
It's been way too friggin' long in coming.
And the Democrats tried to add something to it. that
Of course
was
they did.
Ridiculous bullshit, so.
Yeah, flipping. The Democrats did try to add some pork and it got yanked out. Yeah. Sarah, it may be a sign of the apocalypse. You're right.
I had something actually cheerful and relatively humorous to talk about, and I forgot what the hell it was.
The DeSantis thing.
Oh, that wasn't it. But is anybody watching the news out of Florida?
Yes. I was going to get to that, but go ahead.
One of George Soros's pet state attorneys in Florida got crosswise with the governor and discovered what serving at the pleasure of the governor means in Florida and got turfed to the curb.
Yeah.
Andrew Warren, I think,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, one of Soros's pet attorneys who decided that he and only he
Yeah.
was going to decide what laws would be enforced in his area. Made a couple of really stupid statements about it. And the governor went, "Oh, really?" And guess who doesn't have a job anymore?
Yep. Tossed to the curb. Now we'll see if he will sue to keep his job.
I think Florida being a southern state, a lot of the southern states are right to work states.
Yep.
And a lot of them have, southern states have serving at the pleasure of,
Yep.
which was something the Yankees have a great deal of difficulty wrapping their minds around, is at least in Texas, and I think most other southern states, if you work for an elected official, if you work for the governor, a sheriff, whatever, it's quite clearly written that you work at the pleasure of,
Yeah.
which means that the governor or sheriff or whoever, whichever elected official, can turf the curb with no reason given.
Rick, he was in fact turfed without pay. No money. He's gone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, he's
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
No, please let it.
Jerry, the state DAs are not elected. They are
no,
appointed.
but their boss is the governor.
I think I'm right.
Yeah, I think that if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken, so don't quote me on this. The state attorney, this guy was a state attorney, not a
Yeah.
DA. State attorney, if I get that
He
right,
was a state DA.
is appointed by the governor. Hubby says he's elected. Really? Well, that puts a whole different spin on things.
No, well, he's still gone.
He's still gone.
Bar complaint to pull his license and practice. Yeah, that would be good.
Oh.
In this case, I could go to the mail purse facility, file for a minimum of 2 more service medals for cruise service. Yeah, Richard, a lot of people could do that. Strangely enough, most people don't. The ones that do are the ones that are the stolen valor bunch. And it's amazing how many of those people are turning out to be clerks.
Cooks,
Yeah, and cooks.
which is a
Because-
really honorable position in at least the Army.
But guess who fed the clerks? And guess who did all the friggin' paperwork?
Cooks. If you were an Army cook, one, you were a master of making tolerable food out of the crap the Army purchased. Because the few times I did KP duty, I saw what was coming in, and the cooks were taking the dreck that was coming in and actually turning it into something. Well, it wasn't gourmet cuisine; it was edible,
Yeah.
which is a minor miracle in and of itself. And those guys, I remember getting out of basic AIT and discovering I didn't have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, and thinking that was great. And the cooks throughout their entire career get up at 04:30 hours every day for their career.
Yeah, RK, a good cook and a good clerk were gold. But the clerks also, and this is documented in multiple places, multiple times, would take somebody's write-up for valor, and they would change the name and put theirs in. And since they handled all the paperwork, especially at the company and battalion level, who was going to question it?
Yeah.
Because they're taking 20 pieces of paper into the whoever's in command to sign, and all they're doing is just signing. They're not even looking at
Reminds me of the scene with Governor Lepetamain in Blazing Saddles.
it. Yeah.
Morning, boys. How are you? I missed you. As he signs paperwork laid,
Yeah.
laid in front of him.
Yeah, Biden's the same way. So
No, he's not. He's not missing anything except brain cells. You could
he's doesn't even know what he's signing half the time.
no.
He admits that. Yeah.
I didn't get a home for that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Your ice
Blazing.
cream cone, shut up.
Yeah.
I miss.
Brennan, you're not spoiled. You weren't in the military. You were in the Air Force. It's two different things.
And we're off.
Now we know Jen's impression of the Air Force.
The number of times I have been screwed over by the Air Force. And get a hard copy of Blazing Saddles while you can.
Shots fired, medic.
I did that recently. I think it's the 30th anniversary edition on DVD. Well,
Yeah.
first I had to show it to my son and explain half of it because
Oh,
No, I was laughing at AL says, don't make them put down their lattes and come over there.
Blazing Saddles. That's a good segue into a minor rant.
Yeah.
I hope everybody is truly discovering why it's a good thing to have a hard copy of various stuff, such as movies that might be a skosh out of political correctness. And I don't know, encyclopedias that can't be edited remotely at the stroke of the keystroke. Turns out that some of the Blazing Saddles movies being live streamed have some of the edges rounded off
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
without telling anybody.
Yep.
So if you've got a hard copy of Encyclopedia Britannica that some wokey with his Hanes in a half hitch and his lilac scented fifis all in an uproar can't remotely edit, say definitions of words, it's a good thing. And you should probably have yourself a hard copy, not hooked up to the internet, on paper with ink, dead trees and all,
Yeah.
of dictionaries and encyclopedias. So in this modern streaming age, when they decide they're going to change the definition of various words,
Yeah.
like recession.
How many edits did they have in 24 hours?
Oh, I picked up another ban. I wasn't done with the Facebook ban yet. Facebook got me for another 3 days because in a message, apparently you can get banned for stuff in Messenger, by the way. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, really?
Damn.
Damn.
I mentioned something about recessions and lilac scented fifis, not mentioning anybody in particular, and got a fact check on it on a messenger.
How the hell?
So I disputed the fact check and told him to eat a bowl of dicks in the response to the fact check, and I got another 3 days.
Not that might have had anything to do with it.
so I picked up for my son because things change. A 1949 set of Encyclopedia Britannica for $20, and the lady threw in a 2-volume Webster Merriam dictionary
Oh.
because she was delighted I was going to be using the encyclopedia set.
Yeah.
So as you look, they're out there.
Yeah, Richard, that was one of the ones that upset the Brits to no end. For those of you that are not sure what we're talking about,
Eat a bowl of dicks, upset the Brits.
now
Oh,
the Dam Busters movie remake,
which one?
the latest one, the dog, the original dog,
Oh yeah. Oh, that one.
was named Nigger.
Yep.
He was a black lab.
Every movie about that raid since 1970 that's been whitewashed.
Yeah.
Over.
Well, this time they changed the name completely. Any place that was a reference to Spanish for black. So it wasn't just the dog's name.
So anywhere it said negro.
Oh God.
And the Brit, especially the Brit military, went bat freaking nuts. I mean, I was seeing stuff bleeding over from the British group into our group, and people in our group going, "Oh, damn, they are not happy."
Well, let's see if I can piss off Facebook. No, correction. Let's see if I can piss off YouTube. Should it be-
Just moved to Rumble, so.
Should it be NIGGX?
AL beat you to it.
The hell?
You're gonna get us in trouble.
Yeah, yeah, Sean, that's exactly right. The Star Wars Trench Run was a Dam Busters remake, as was Top Gun Maverick. Yep.
Still haven't seen that. I need to take a read of that.
I'm not sure I want to go see it because I know there are so many flight violations in there. It's not funny. And quite honestly, I don't want to give Tom Cruise a penny of my damn money.
Goodness, a movie involving Navy pilots has flight violations.
That
My
would have
shocked-
got his
my
ass
shocked face.
court-martialed.
I don't go to movies about sewing. Because I don't watch Project Runway because it's like, oh no, you didn't.
Well, there might have been the night that we all went and watched Red Storm Hunt for Red October.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like me going and seeing Elizabeth R. You know, I went and saw that in the theater, and we all dressed up in our Elizabethan gowns and stuff.
Yeah.
And that halfway through the movie, she goes across the screen. This woman has the most documented wardrobe on the history of the planet.
Yeah.
And she walks across the screen in an 18th century dressing gown. And I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So nobody goes to historical movies with me anymore.
Well, the
Sounds
guy
like
that was
fun,
sitting
actually.
behind us when we got up and walked out asked us, he said, what in the hell do you people do for a living? Because we were critiquing the entire movie, including the open sequence, going, that's not Murmansk.
I've been to Murmansk. That's not it.
Yeah.
My little brother is currently lurking in the comments, and y'all need to encourage him to post, because apparently the dog, the actual dog,
Yeah.
they removed his tombstone from the grave,
What?
according to Chris.
Oh, good God. And I wonder how many Brits are, especially RAF, are plotting various things. Yeah, Richard. Military pilot's been flying under the Golden Gate Bridge for years. That's nothing new.
No. Didn't Richard Bong or Bing get a ding for flying a P-38 under it?
Well, the Queen knew which helicopter would fit under the London Bridge. So
Yeah.
she had to tell them that they were using the wrong helicopter when they were doing the Olympics entrance for
Yeah.
her. She's like, no, that one doesn't work. You have to use the other helicopter.
My son asked me to buy him a book. It's called The Long Way Home by Ed Dover.
Yeah.
It's the story of the airplane that got
The Boeing
trapped.
317, Pan Am, yes.
Yeah. So
That is an
you know the
excellent book.
story. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So I should buy that for him.
Yes.
Okay, I will do that then.
Yes, the Pan Am Clippers flew under it regularly because they couldn't get high enough to go over it. It was a water takeoff. And they were a little bit heavy. Using power lines for traffic cones. Yeah, I've seen that before too. That was called back in the day flatheading. One of my cousins was trained as well, I take that back. Yeah. Well, actually, I take it back. He was one of my uncles. He was trained as a Navy pilot in World War II. And had some rather interesting stories about cross countries, including flying home and buzzing the family farm.
Oh, hell. Aero Contractors, when we were in Warri, Aero Contractors, a pilot named Chris Van Reet, used to buzz our bungalow.
Yeah.
And if he had a special request for supper, when he's flying in from either Port Harcourt or Lagos, if he had a special request for supper or the cocktail he wanted, he would drop a mason jar with a note on his second fly by the bungalow.
Yeah. David, was it the Eiffel Tower or was it the Arc de Triomphe?
I don't know you could fit any plane on the Arc de Triomphe.
I think that's what it was. I don't think it was the Eiffel Tower. If I remember right, it was a Spitfire, either a Spitfire and a Mustang against, I want to say an ME 109. Because I remember reading about that years ago.
A French aviator flew a biplane to the Arc de Triomphe in Paris in 1919.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Rita, apparently a French aviator, because they're nuts, flew a biplane to the Arc de Triomphe in 1919.
Yeah. So
And
it's,
someone filmed it.
and it was caught on video or on film. So nothing new. Yeah. A-10s flying down your main street. Yeah,
Take that, Enbridge scholars.
it was a Spitfire and a Focke-Wulf. Okay, I thought I was close.
So I've done a fair amount of reading on aviation history. Is it just me, or have aviators in the modern era got a whole lot less?
Cowboy?
Yes.
The reason is two reasons, actually. One is there's really not a good war going on, so there is no slack cut, and the zero defect mentality today in the military.
Zero tolerance.
Zero defect, zero tolerance, same thing. And you do that, you get caught, you're gone. Period.
Well, I was also thinking about the barnstormers.
Yeah.
So not military, but
Well,
Well,
U.S.
they were. All the barnstormers are basically military guys that got out, that either cobbled together an airplane or bought one for $50 and had no other way to make money. So they started barnstorming.
Mhm.
And that's where the early airmail came from. And when you go back and look at that, the number of lives lost,
Yeah.
and there are still concrete arrows
Hmm?
in various parts
There's
of the country.
one between Claude and Amarillo, actually.
Yeah. And that's what they used.
The mail
Mhm.
arrow.
That was their IFR,
Yeah.
But if you want to, I mean,
except it was IFA. I follow arrows.
I follow railroad.
I follow roads.
Yeah.
I knew I follow roads.
Yes,
There was
dear.
a World War II dogfight that flew under the Eiffel Tower. It was William Overstreet, and he flew his P-51C after a Messerschmitt.
Okay. And Rita just corrected me, and I'm thankful for that. It was under the Eiffel Tower, and it was a P-51 chasing a Messerschmitt. So, yes, things have not changed.
James Doohan was an artillery officer. He cross-trained to recon pilot, flying the little observation birds. And I verified this. He was during World War II known as the craziest pilot in the Canadian Air Force.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm willing to bet he earned every bit of it. If you're after barnstorming, actually, Africa and Australia, Alaska still have a great deal of barnstorming.
Yeah.
Alaska.
I've known some bush pilots.
That was
My
the
uncle was one.
folks. Y'all got to see the Kim light go arcing across the rave on that one.
Yeah.
The trees on French roads are there so the German army can march in the shade. And I just wiped out Cedar.
Okay. And Doohan was wounded in D-Day by a jumpy Bren gunner. Interesting. So friendly fire does go back a long time. That goes back to World War One.
Friendly fire?
Yeah.
Friendly fire goes back to the second guy to get a musket.
Yeah, that's probably true. But I'm talking air specifically.
No, he was a engineer to begin with, or artillery to begin with. He was a grunt.
Now, the ones that clanked when they walked were the guys that flew the Mosquitoes on the photos
Oh, but as far
and the
as
Spitfires.
friendly fire goes, the second guy to get a musket there was your friendly fire incident.
Yeah.
Or as Rick says, the atlatl.
Yeah.
Or spear or rock. The second guy to pick up a rock, there was a friendly fire incident.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Raptor, those little things that come out later that get explained 20 years later about why things were done that way. The second guy to throw the rock. Yep.
Second guy to pick up a rock, friendly fire incident.
And it happens.
Why Thag throw a rock at Og? Og, Thag's friend.
Agonizer.
Yeah.
The Thagomizer.
Thag was facing wrong way, did not catch rock. Yeah, Gary Berghoff on MASH was another one.
Jerry Berghoff, what's
He was also combat injured.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
combat engineers, those guys. Woof.
Yeah, and DW brings up a good point. You can see the prosthetic in the scene in Star Trek where he plays the bagpipes.
Oh, during Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, there are actually Star Trek movies. The second one, the fourth one, the evens are good movies. The odds, not so much.
Yeah, Raptor. Occasionally they do good. They do good things.
Oh, Jimmy Doohan was an angel.
I don't know, we went from barnstorming to Star Trek. Just love that.
Aviation
Aviation
in one form or another.
in one form or another.
And ag bonking thought or thag bonking ag with a rock as the first friendly fire incident.
And who among us has not always longed to do a barn swallow? I would love to do that. I like roller coasters.
Not going there.
Uh-huh.
And that broke in.
Jim, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have to take you there. Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
All right, here we go.
Look at this.
The lovely Miss Rita is on her way.
When you said not going there, you made me think that barn swallow has some Urban Dictionary definition I don't know about. Is that something? And if it's not, it should be. I was making a Firefly reference. What were you talking about?
You were raised in the country. You know as well as I do.
No, I don't.
You all are
honestly,
missing these big blue eyes,
I don't know what you're
beaming
thinking
with
about. That is
innocence.
These big innocent blue eyes.
Okay, stick a pin in that and tell me later when you can't be documented. Do it. For now, I'm going to the Urban Dictionary.
Oh dear.
Shut your dirty rebel loving mouth.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
She really does work those big blue eyes. doesn't
Yeah.
she?
Oh.
I think all of us except for Courtney have big blue eyes.
Mine are green. And I don't work them nearly as well as Rita does.
As Cameron says, everything you can find on Urban Dictionary are things I ended up wishing I never knew.
Right? Holy gods, don't ever Google your name on Urban Dictionary. Ever.
Speaking of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, we need our latest gossip report.
Oh,
For the-
space,
for those
Spaceballs anthology.
For those who don't know, Rita takes the Harry and Meghan Markle thing personally. Apparently, Arkansas hillbilly that streak in contrarianism and dislike for royals runs really deep.
We're not hillbillies, we're country people.
Yeah.
According to Rita, they're not hillbillies, they're country people.
Yeah.
Hill Williams.
I'll have to tell you, should I tell you this when I figured out the distinction, or should I save that?
No, go ahead.
Sweetheart,
Okay.
go ahead.
Well, a friend of ours who's from Arkansas, who's in our bunch, but who's I don't think on the live stream,
No.
was telling me that one time her brother was having
Can y'all hear her? Because you're really going to want to hear this.
come stand by Cedar.
Yeah.
Okay. A friend of mine told me that, and she lives way up in the hills, a little more deep in the hills than my folks come from. And I always thought we were hillbillies. And she started telling this story that that her brother was having an assignation with his girlfriend, and she was. There's just no nice way to say it. She was bent over the driver's side seat of his truck, and the door was open, and he's standing on the ground doing things. And he's busy going to town, and I think Cedar's about to break here.
Driving.
Yeah, he was driving. But no drive anyway. And
Okay.
he's taking,
Anyway, he's doing the things, and he sees a big buck on the other side of the pickup.
Deer.
Uh,
Yeah, just keep going, babe.
Okay, and so he sees it. He says, "Hang on a minute, sweetie," and he takes the rifle off of the
Gun
rack
rack.
on the back window, and he plugs the deer on the other side of the on the other side of the truck, and then he returns to his task, and he's getting along with things, and then directly he notices that buck is still standing there. He did not. He was not successful in dropping the deer. So he's like, "Hang on, honey," and he stops again, and then he takes the rifle again and shoots the buck again. And this time he watches it definitely falls, and then he puts the rifle back up, and they finish their business. When it's all over with, he goes around to the other side of the truck, and he sees he has 2 bucks. And that was the moment when I went, "Oh, that's a hillbilly. We're country people." That's when I learned the difference. I think they would agree with me too. Anyway, it was a distinction, but maybe a fine one. Maybe not so
I
fine.
wish y'all could see the look on Cedar's face right now.
Well, we can see how red you are.
Anything I say at this point is just going to get us all in trouble.
Do what?
Hillbilly threesome.
No, I think that would be 4, $2.
Hey, Ag Tiger, how's it going? Yeah, you missed a
That was
good
a
one.
heck of a way to come in on.
$2 Chuck.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, new book of Rita's stories.
Honestly, guys, just the stories that we hear from day to day. If I just recorded around the blanket for it during the week, oh my God.
Remind
Well-
me to tell you about the balloon and the string.
Now, I remember a friend of mine was a cop in Southwest Arkansas back in the 70s. And there were certain areas that Parkers, like what Rita described, were known to go to. And being a deputy sheriff and having pissed off the sheriff, he got the Friday night or Saturday
He got
night
lookout.
patrol.
He got the lookout point detail.
Lookout point detail. Wasn't called that, it was called something else. But
Yeah,
same
but
thing.
same thing.
So he's out driving around checking the areas, and he hits 3 different places. The first 2 finds couples, chases them off, gets to the 3rd place, and the car's sitting there, and it's running, and the dome light's on. So he pulls up behind it, looks, guy and girl sitting on the opposite sides of the seat. All right, this is interesting.
Different.
So he gets up, gets out, walks up to the car, knocks on the window. Kid rolls down the window. Goes, "What are y'all doing?" "Oh, we're just sitting here talking." "Really? You haven't done anything?" "Nope, no, sir, haven't done a thing." He looked over at the girl, says, "Did y'all have a fight?" She says, "No, Mr. Sheriff, I'm just not 18 yet." He said, "All right, y'all just go away before I have to arrest you for something you don't want to be involved with." He said the guy's face just fell. It's like,
There is an old urban legend in the Panhandle that was passed around. Every deputy, when I first started, heard this story. It was variously in Gray County or Dumas or one of the smaller surrounding counties. It was a deputy walked up on a car and found there was the male driver, teenage driver in the front seat, and the female passenger in the back seat reading a magazine. And he asked how old she was. And the driver said, well, in about 3 minutes, she'll be 18.
Similar. Yeah. Yeah, Deputy Sheriff Rand was something else. He gave the kids a lot of slack, and we appreciated that over the years.
I have a lover's lane story I'm not sure I can tell on here. She looked.
Oh, Rita.
She looked.
Oh, Rita. There's always got to be one.
Never ever click on the links on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Just don't.
We are all of the type. If it says web page, we're going to touch it to check.
Oh yeah. That's what is it? The great philosopher of our time, Terry Pratchett, said.
Yeah.
You could find a deep cave on the most remote island on the planet, put an end of the world switch, and the paint wouldn't even have time to dry.
That's about true.
True.
Yeah. And Raptor says, first rule of Urban Dictionary. If you're not sure, don't look. For the love of God,
don't look.
Well, don't you like sometimes long for that dewy-eyed pre-internet in a sense of
Yes.
not, of when like things like insults were obvious ones and you didn't need a reference book or something. But I mean, like when you call someone a four-flusher, that's
Yeah.
pretty self-evident, and
Well, but that also, Rita, you're not as old as I am, but that was when words didn't change meanings in midstream.
that's right.
Thus, the having a paper dictionary that you can't, some schmuck 10,000 miles away can't click a mouse and change the definition entry.
I stand you.
Thank you, baby.
Urban Dictionary definitely helps. People have regrets. Yes.
I have fond memories of a certain Cards Against Humanity game where we got to explain to a grown woman and a sailor what a certain word meant. That was entertaining.
Oh, that was
Okay.
hilarious.
I still haven't played Cards Against Humanity.
Oh,
Oh, we could
Oh.
have so much fun.
Munchkin I've played. And you should have seen the look on Rita's face the first time she drew the card knee pads of, what is it? Knee pads of,
oh yeah.
You didn't have to finish that.
Yeah. it's knee pads of distraction or knee pads of something.
Yeah.
And the look on her face.
Yeah, Brian, that's the definition I grew up with.
Kid tested, mother approved. So,
What?
kid tested, mother approved. Othello. So
Oh, she's-
Hello.
that was.
I thought she said typhus.
No, it's okay. Peter and I broke a few people with our game because the white hairs were terrifying to 30-year-olds.
Knee pads of allure. What's bad is Sarah knew exactly what it was. She's played that game once or twice.
Oh, I'm looking at our expanded collection of Munchkin cards from here.
Oh, Mad Mike and Ben Blatt. Oh, that had to be interesting.
Scary.
We actually have a giant plastic box with all of our Munchkin stuff in it.
Okay.
Oh my God. Cards Against Humanity with Brian Delamita, James Young, and
Yeah, it was at the
That's the game I
LTV.
was
There
part
was
of.
quite the games that was
Mm.
going on there.
oh,
Mhm.
So
I wonder if we can talk Larry and Bridget into a Munchkins or Cards Against Humanity at FinCon.
probably.
That could be interesting. Speaking of which, Larry's got a new book out.
He does.
That's
and,
what I was.
Well, it's not
yeah.
out yet, but
and he's breaking records
Well,
again.
Pre-order.
It is not out yet. Hang on a second.
he's not even a real author.
No, he's not.
Eh.
Can you imagine how bad it would suck if he was actually an author? He
Yeah.
wouldn't have nearly this reach. Actual authors like George R. R. Martin don't have these sales.
For marrying three names.
Okay, he has up for pre-order.
Yeah, not out yet. It's pre-order.
It's not out yet.
January.
It is a nonfiction book called In Defense of the Second Amendment. being put out by Regenerate Press. Right now, it is #1 bestseller in ideologies
And doctrines. Scroll on down. Huh. It's #1 in ideologies and doctrines. It's #1 in political freedom and #1 in federal government.
Yeah, and it's ranking 500 in the Kindle store
Overall,
overall,
Yep.
nice.
and it's not due for 5 months.
Yeah.
So go
Supposed to-
pre-order it, folks.
It's supposed to come out in January.
I talked to Larry about it. It is well researched.
It's Larry.
It's Larry. He's got the sites. He said that was the biggest problem was finding some of the sites.
Yeah.
And
He was crowdsourcing some of them.
Huh?
He was crowdsourcing some of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way to do it. I wonder if he's going to have that in an audiobook.
and
It's Larry. Who knows?
of course, Vile 770 had to come out and
Oh God, they jumped on it.
yeah,
I know Flaptard did.
Camel Toe Flaptard. He did, and also another book I want to recommend. Peter Nealon has a second book out this week, actually, well, a week ago, called Swords Against the Night. It's the 4th book in the Lost series,
Oh, well done.
and it's an excellent book. That is an excellent series. If you haven't looked at it, it's a set of recon Marines that get shoved back into sometime. Nobody knows when or where, but it's ancient because there's swords.
Swords and sorcery and guns.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've have we pointed out that we're going to be allied with Three Ravens at FinCon.
We haven't come out and said it yet, but Three Ravens is releasing their trailer park anthology at the same time that we're doing the 12 anthology, and they're joining us for the party because they can't afford to bring the whole gang.
Okay.
So we're all getting together at FinCon and rolling in the next trailer park anthology into our release party.
Okay.
So Three Ravens and the North Texas Trailmakers are going to join together for a party
At FinCon,
at FinCon.
Yep.
Saturday night.
And if you think the TollCon one,
Yeah.
Well, also Larry wrote the introduction to the new trailer park anthology,
just
and it's zombie flamingos, and so
Yeah.
I mean, how can we go wrong, right?
so the party that the North Texas Trailmakers threw at TollCon,
We're still recovering from.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh no kidding, quickly passed into legend. I'm willing to bet the one at FinCon is going to beat the first one all
Yeah.
hollow.
Quite likely.
And David does have a good point. Watch out for Hillbilly's Mead.
No
It's
kidding.
got teeth in
Well,
it.
he's flying, so he's not gonna be able to bring a lot. So,
My God.
but he may send some in a caravan.
That was so good, though.
And Courtney's comment says, Hillbilly's Mead's what got him an invite. Yeah, that and a few other things.
Oh,
Yeah, he's another military guy that's done pretty good with
Hillbilly's good, folks. We
Yeah.
like him.
even if he was Air Force.
Yeah. Three Ravens Publishing's a good outfit.
They just won 5 awards at Imaginarium.
Yes,
Yep.
they
for their
did.
publications. So,
Three Ravens is a good outfit. If you get a chance to write for them, they'll do you right.
good people.
Yeah, really good folks, and we're quite happy to be allied with them on the
Yeah.
on the party.
Yeah, and good books. And a few of our stories are in the first trailer park anthology. I don't know how many of us made in the second one. There's apparently a number of other authors jumped in. The last time I talked to Hillbilly, he said he had over 40 stories.
Yeah, 40 stories. He was,
There's a third one that's gonna be on the way.
Yeah.
So,
and I might manage to turf one off for the third, the number 2 part B. I might manage to turf one off to that. Yeah.
Richard says Flyboys went downhill after we kicked them out of the Signal Corps. Yep. That's actually true. Is the Air Force was originally part of the Signal Corps.
Air Force used to be part of the Army.
Yeah.
U-
Army Signal Corps. going
U.S.
back to
Army
World
Air
War I.
Corps.
They were always under the Signal Corps, which always pissed them off.
Three Ravens is up to their gonads and gators right now, so give them time. They'll let everybody know.
And Differ says, and the Air Force is a favorite child. What I'm not going to say that. Oh my God, I almost said that. Never mind.
Um,
He rides a special bus.
how many stories have been submitted to Saints of Malta so far? Offhand, I don't know.
Courtney would know. She's on.
Lady Lark is on here somewhere. I swear I saw her earlier. She'd know. I'm still apparently not enough. I told y'all. I told y'all.
For Saints?
Yeah.
I've got to write mine. I'll get it into you soon.
Told y'all. I told y'all.
Yeah, Jason, they started Signal Corps and the Civil War because that's what balloons were originally used for.
I have plans to beat them out of people.
So from balloons and kites to the Air Force.
I need. Yeah, I told y'all that we wouldn't have enough for 3. Didn't I not? Did I not? I told you.
It's just summer. I'll catch up.
Back to
And
school
John
is
is mumbling
considered-
something off in the corner that we can't hear.
She's saying it's summer.
That's
And when you have writers that have families,
And Sarah
Summer
finished up the story probably today.
is chaos. Back to school's coming, and then after that, people will have a little bit more spare time.
You got to remember, I'm half deaf, so unless I'm looking at you, I can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Hush. And she's got her back to me, and it's 20 feet away.
That's why I was repeating it.
Thank you.
Everybody said, "What are you going to do for the 4th one?" I'm not going to have a 4th one. Oh, you'll have a 4th one? No, I won't.
Oh, me.
I've been watching Travis Lee Clark's art history videos.
Aren't
Highly
those
recommended.
fantastic? Aren't those fantastic?
But somewhere in the Neolithic, early Grecian period there, he started talking about Malta. And I hopped on that and clipped the thing and put it in my writing group for Malta research. So, because
Yeah.
there's some interesting temples on Malta.
Oh yeah,
If you haven't,
old temples.
if you have not subscribed to Travis Lee Clark's art history on YouTube, you should.
And encourage him to make more.
Yes.
Yes,
Man should
He's-
monetize those.
He was up to what, 11,000 subscribers?
30,000,
Yeah, that was-
30,000?
yeah.
30K.
Yeah.
I subscribed a long time ago and I haven't been watching it that closely.
They make great background because I can listen to them while I'm at work because my job is comparing documents, most of it. So I can be listening to him, and he's not monotone. He gets so excited.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Half the fun is listening to him geek out about stuff.
Yes.
And he honestly geeks out.
At LTUE, it was hilarious. And the man is absolutely brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, was also not given tenure. He was a straight white guy.
Yeah, because he's the wrong.
Dave. So Dave Cleric, whom I automatically get suspicious of, states, "So Ian, if I find somebody else to do the forward, are you going to submit a story?" Yes. Caveat.
To what?
I need to start. I need to sack up and start nailing up, thumping on some people to actually submit shorts,
Okay.
like Larry.
Yeah.
He won't be able to do it, but I can make him nervous.
Be like John Short's, the 3 novels in.
I was gonna,
Dorothy's Short,
Yeah.
a novel that just came out.
Yeah. Some people can't write short stories.
which will save me because the forward for Knights of Malta, which I'm currently writing, is Law Dog's Quick and Dirty Guide to the Knights of Malta. And holy crap, that's getting involved. Whew.
Yep. Space Cowboys opens next month. You're right.
And then I had no clue of what the forward to do for Saints of Malta. I'm running out of stuff. I'm running out of stuff to do quick and dirty guides to. Seriously, I've got a folder, Law Dog's Quick and Dirty Guide to Personalities of Malta. It starts out with Fred, and that's all I've got. Fred being the guy that said, "Hey, we have this tiny sun-baked lump of limestone. Let's put a temple there." And Fred built a temple, and that was it. That's it for the third book. So if we can find somebody else to do a forward, I'll take it.
Yeah, well, as Richard said, 1632 was going to be a one-time book.
They've got a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got a lot more backup and support than I do.
well, you're early in the game yet.
It's all about momentum.
Yep.
The last Jurassic movie had a chase scene through Malta. Really?
Yeah, welcome to the starting line.
Yeah, the Quick and Dirty Guide to Malta, everybody loved. The Quick and Dirty Guide to the Knights of Malta, or excuse me, the Knights of St. John, I think is going to be as good, if not better. And I was totally blanked on what to do for the third book.
Give it time.
If Dave can find somebody else to do a forward, I will happily bow out of that one.
Raptor will work with you on your submission.
How polished your submissions have to be? Seriously.
Get us something, we'll look at it. May have to bounce it back and forth a couple of times.
Polished. How polished is polished? Polished? What is polish?
If it's basically spelled correctly and most of the punctuation's in the right place. I mean, that's what I use friends for is here, fix this. Here's a page of commas, put them where you want them.
Oh, that's right. You have to send out the common origin story.
Yeah.
Malta hate-love relationship, right? With okay. Anywho, so yes, we are coming up short on Saints of Malta. I told y'all so. So I'm guessing I'm not going to have to worry about Falcons of Malta. I didn't think I would.
Royal Navy, yeah. Malta definitely has love-hate with the Royal Navy and have had for
The Royal Navy's got love-hate with Malta
since the inception of the Royal Navy, pretty much.
since at least 1800.
Yeah.
I have 4 stories for Ian's anthologies in various stages of doneness. Welcome to my world, and that's my anthologies. Remembering, folks, that Moggies in Space is no longer mine. If you have a Cats in Space story, send it to Rita.
And Sarah got you.
Hey! Just keep telling yourself that. Now, I don't have to. It's right there in black and white.
Egg Tiger, I think the stream usually goes up within 24 hours.
If you've got the stream, if you're subscribed to it, if you go to your notifications, you can access it as soon as we click off or in stream. It's up. You can access it. The comments won't be on for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But if you're subscribed to us, just go to your notifications, and you can access it right off the bat.
And we're up to a whole 304. Yay.
30 watching, 15 likes. That's a
Don't forget to click the like button.
Click the like button.
Well, I don't think we have a like button, do we?
There's a little thumbs up button.
Oh.
right there.
Oh, that one. Okay. Shows you how much I know about this.
And it just jumped from 16 to 21.
See, we just have to remind people they forget
Oh.
it's there.
Yeah, as like I said, the comments don't come up immediately. The
Which is probably a good thing. So
no kidding. You can't find this on search for about 6 hours. However, like I said, if you're subscribed, just go to your subscriptions, and it'll just click on the link in your subscription file, and it'll be right there.
Sean, I don't have a clue. Be honest, I never thought we'd get over 100 subscribers.
I never
So,
thought we'd get more than 75.
yeah, comments are half the fun on this thing.
well, it's the second show.
Yeah,
Yeah, no kidding.
because the comments usually drive the direction. Do we have a direction?
Don't look at me. I'm not driving this thing.
It's like a pinball machine. You bounce off the comments.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point. That's actually a fairly accurate analogy.
Yeah, I just wish somebody would stop with the flipper. You
Yeah.
know?
Pling. I wish my squirrels would quit losing their damn glow sticks.
They're right there in the box.
As an example, of how treacherous some of the people around here are. This was waved at me. This is a bottle of, it's a blend, but it's still Highland malt blend. I thought, yay, because squirrels.
Dan, quite honestly, I'm amazed we haven't already been reported. Yeah, we got kicked off of Facebook.
It's full of
or
glow sticks.
We got kicked off Facebook.
We got
Yeah.
sneaky kicked off Facebook.
Yeah.
We got shadow banned on Facebook. I didn't think shadow banning was a thing until they got us.
Yeah.
Boy, they were mad at us for a while.
Yeah. And I haven't been back. Won't try to go back.
Well, I can't live stream anymore because I just picked up. Let's see. I have my band. I'm going to think of as a band extension.
Yeah.
Because
Frank's too drunk to hit the like button.
poor Frank. I'm going to think of as a ban extension. Every time they ban me for 3 days or 7 days or whatever, the ban on live stream is always 30 days.
Yeah.
I get 3 days. I can't comment for 3 days. It's always I can't engage on other pages. Like, my Law Dog page, I can't for 15 days. It's always 15 days, no matter how, 24 hours, 3 days, 7 days. It's always 15 days in groups and 30 days on going live every time. So it's last 7 days that's been extended for another 7 days. Fuckers. I'm out of, I might as well not, I'll never be able to live stream on Facebook ever again.
Yeah.
This is why I encourage people to subscribe to my blog, so
Yeah.
if I have something to say, they'll actually see it. Because I've had several people that just my regular posts on Facebook get throttled so hard that people are like,
Oh,
I didn't realize you
Brian
moved to
Floss or
Texas."
Brain Floss, Brian?
I've had the notice that my posts are lower in everybody's feeds for 90 days now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I keep getting these back-to-back bans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I've just to hell with it. I because I'm me, and no, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody watching this. Every time they ask me if I want to dispute it, I do dispute it, and then I tell them to eat a bag of dicks.
Facebook keeps asking me if I want to turn my Facebook presence into a business page.
Yeah, me too.
Because
Yeah.
I'm obviously being professional presence there, which I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because then they'll want me to pay for
Yeah.
hosting, which I don't want to do.
Yep.
So
I can't figure out why the original ban, not the extension, but the ban that they stuck the extension onto, was for correcting Colonel Crapman for my correction was considerably less atrocity-wise than his original post was.
Yeah.
And he's still up, and I got 7 days.
Because they're after your ass.
They're not after Crapman? Or are they just terrified of him?
I think they're capricious.
Yeah.
Capricious. Well, that and Frank hates me personally.
Yeah.
Poor Frank, his liver's done given up.
Yeah.
Most of the Facebook people that are actually doing those are actually in Pakistan.
This is not a surprise.
Yep.
Oh, in Pakistan. Ooh,
Yes.
oh dear.
Yeah,
Well,
Crapman is a lawyer, yes.
well, that explains quite a bit.
And Differ says, pay to play.
Yeah, here I am. I've got the big red. Congratulations, you are in nice gulag. By the way, would you like to monetize your Facebook? I can't get to it yet, dicks.
And on that note,
Oh, crap.
we've wasted another hour and 4 minutes of your time today. Some interesting stories today.
No kidding.
And we do appreciate everybody that
What one of these days, when maybe I've had just a touch of liquid courage, I will discuss Lookout Point, a cold flashlight, and me leaving with a red face. Y'all be safe.
Oh.
Are those on Urban Dictionary?
We've got
And
the mic to back.
Rita wins again. Just remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Y'all be safe.
Be safe. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
That
Oh,
was
God.
official.